In this session, we will see one of the most useful pre-built Kinesis library, Kinesis Producer Library or KPL. It is easy to configure library that helps you to write into a Kinesis stream. It sits in between your producer application code and the Kinesis Streams API action. KPL helps us to build high-performance producers. Let's say we use EC2 instance to collect records from thousands of IoT devices and write them into Kinesis Stream. These EC2 instances must each write thousands of events per second to a Kinesis Stream. To reach such a high throughput, we need to develop a producer with complicated logic including batching or multithreading. If you are developing your application on your own, it may take several months. But KPL supports record aggregation that allows customers to combine multiple records into a single Kinesis Stream record. For example, with KPL aggregation, you can pack 1000 records into only 10 Kinesis Stream records. The stream metric shows only 10 but not 1000. In addition, you also need some retry logic to pull the records. Also, you need record deaggregation at the consumer side. When I say deaggregation, when the consumer retrieves an aggregated Kinesis Stream record consists of multiple user records, it automatically involves the KPL to extract the individual user records before returning them to the consumer. You can also collect, monitor and analyze your producers using Amazon CloudWatch and the KPL. The KPL sends throughput, error and other metrics to CloudWatch on your behalf. You can use KPL for most of the use cases. But KPL can take additional processing time because of buffering and packing multiple records. Applications that cannot tolerate this additional delay may need to use the SDK directly. Pre-packaged Java wrapper for KPL is available for some Linux-based distributions, Apple OS and Windows Server. For others, we need to download the source from GitHub, compile and package using Maven. We will be doing this in our next lab session. In this lab session, we will see how to install and configure Kinesis Producer Library and how to use sample code to add records into a stream. Let's first see how to configure and use Kinesis Producer Library or KPL. Again, Producer Library works between your producer application code and the Kinesis Streams API actions. Before we start with Producer Library, we need to download and build code from the GitHub. Also, we need JDK and Maven for building the Producer Library. I already have EC2 instance from the last session running with IAM role that allows EC2 to write data into Kinesis Stream. Let us quickly check the EC2 instance and associated role. Going to EC2 console, we can see the EC2 instance t2.small is running. Here is the IAM role EC2 Kinesis demo which is attached with the instance. If I click on the role, we can see that it is a service role with Kinesis full access. If you are not familiar with above configuration, please watch the video from the first lab session where I configured the IAM role and as well as EC2 instance. Let me copy the public IP address of EC2 instance. Log into the EC2 instance using SSH client. Now we logged into EC2 instance. We are going to compile and package the producer library code. Therefore, we need JDK, Maven and Git. Amazon Linux AMIs come with JDK 1.7, but I want to use the latest and greatest version of JDK. Let's yum install OpenJDK 1.8. Run sudo yum install JDK-1.8.0 OpenJDK -devel. Looks like we install JDK 1.8. Use the alternative command to make Java 1.8 as default. Sudo /user/sbin/alternatives -config Java. We'll do the same for Java C. Instead of Java, change to Java C. Typo. Let's run it again. Okay, looks fine now. We are done with Java. Let's install Maven. You can use apt-get install Maven, but for Amazon Linux AMI, we need to add the Maven repo to local first. I have these commands in the resource section. You can download and use it from the resource section of this course. To reduce the time, let me copy and paste these commands to install Maven. First line is to get the Apache page info. Seems like there is a line break. Let me clear the screen. Fix and run it again. Looks fine this time. Second line is for installing EPEL repository. Third line is yum install Maven. Just checking if Maven is installed and working properly. Maven-version. Yes, we got everything we need with Java 1.8. Let's clone the repo from GitHub to download the producer code. I forgot the GitHub URL for the Kinesis Producer repo. Let me Google AWS KPL repo. Here you go. I want to clone it to KPL local. Git clone github.com/AWS labs/Amazon-Kinesis-producer space KPL-local. Let's run it. I forgot to install Git. Let's install Git. Sudo yum install Git. Let's run the Git clone again. Looks fine now. It's downloading the code. The sample application inside the KPL local is a Maven project. It takes dependencies on the KPL and KCL and contains both a producer and a consumer. Let me navigate to Amazon-Kinesis-producer-sample folder. Here we have Maven POM and all other nice stuff that we need to compile this project. We need to modify the stream name and region variables in the producer code to point the app at your own stream. Those variables are in sampleproducer.java file. I'm changing directory to src/com/Amazon AWS/services/Kinesis/producer/sample. Here is the sample producer.java file. Let's edit the file using Nano. You can use any editor you want. I normally prefer using Nano. Let me change the stream name to AWS Pro-Kinesis-KPL-demo and the region to US-East-1. If you are a Kinesis application developer, here are some code blocks that you need to understand. Here is the add user record call. This is the main API call made to Kinesis Stream. If you want to check on the results, you can validate them using the future object that are returned from add user record API call. Let me save the changes and exit. Let's do the clean build. Going back to Maven project directory, cd/home/ec2user/kpl local/java Amazon-Kinesis-producer-sample directory. Running Maven clean package. Maven downloading all dependencies and looks like the build is successfully completed now. Before we start adding data to stream, we need to create a stream. Let's create a new stream using create stream command. Make sure to use the same name AWS Pro-Kinesis-KPL-demo as we used in sample producer.java file. I'm using the short count of 2. AWS space Kinesis space create stream space stream name AWS Pro-Kinesis-KPL-demo short count 2. Let's run AWS Kinesis list streams to list the existing streams. It may take a couple of minutes. AWS Kinesis list-streams. Now we can see newly created AWS Pro Kinesis CLI demo in the list. Finally, let's run the producer to put some data into the stream. I'm using Maven target exec to run the main class. Let's type Maven exec :java -d exec.main class. The main class here is com.amazonaws.services.kinesis.producer.sample producer. Here the sample producer is our main class. In the sample program, we are building sequence number in each logical record and then padding the record to 128 bytes long. In the output, we can see there are 10,000 records have been added to the stream. Let's go back to Kinesis Stream and check out the metrics and see how many records we got in our stream. Going to Kinesis in AWS Management Console. Going to metrics. It shows 258 but not 10,000. Why it is showing less? Because Kinesis records and user records are different. KPL supports record aggregation that allow customers to combine multiple records into a single Kinesis stream record. For example, with KPL aggregation, you can pack 1000 user records into 10 Kinesis records. So the stream metrics shows only 10 but not 1000. This concludes our demo of Kinesis Producer Library. Hope you enjoy this session. See you in the next session.